together with my family and the entire Marlins organization, mourn the tragic loss of Jose Fernandez. Sadly, the brightest lights are often the ones that extinguish the fastest. Jose left us far too soon, but his memory will endure in all of us. At this difficult time, our prayers are with his mother, his grandmother, his family, and his friends. At about 6:58 this morning, I got a phone call from Mike Hill, who had received a phone call about 30 seconds before that from Officer John Ramos, who is our resident security agent. We were told that there were 3 people in a boating accident with 3 fatalities, and they asked us to confirm Jose's address, which we did, and it was the address that was found in the on Jose. We the first thing we asked was about his family and his mother and his grandmother, and they were having people from Fish and Wildlife alert them of what had taken place. Mike and I tried to reach out to Jeffrey first thing. We did reach him, and he is on a plane headed down here to be with Jose's family. We then were able to reach Don at approximately 7:45, and we came into the ballpark. As you see around you, there is no words to describe how this organization feels. Jose was someone who we've known since he was a drafted young man, and I think that when you talk about a tragedy like this, there are no words that come to mind. There's no playbook. There's no words of consolation. There's prayer and there's thought toward his family, toward his soon-to-be born daughter, and you recognize that how precious life is, and how taking things for granted is a fool man's game. We were able to sit with our team at about 10:30 this morning, and a lot of words were said, meaningful words and emotion and prayer, led by both players and staff. We all spend a lot of time together. There's a lot that goes on off the field. There's a lot that goes on the field. And when something like this happens, you take a look at yourself, you take a look at the people around you, and you realize that above all, there's just love, and a lot of prayer. And I want to say to Jose's family, the love that we have for them. We were all just reminded of the moment when Jose and his grandmother were reunited. There's so many layers to this story. Jose got caught 3 times trying to come to this country to play baseball. And his love of the game, his passion of the game, his respect of the game, his love of this organization, and his teammates above all, and his family above all than that. You just think about all those things. And the way that his players, you just see there's not one player missing right now. The entire team has stayed, and we just want to say to his family, if they're listening, that this is not about today or tomorrow. Jose is a member of this family for all time, and a member of the city of Miami and all of South Florida, all of Cuban Americans. His story is representative of a story of hope and of love and of faith, and no one will ever let that story die. If any, Mike, Donnie, Martine. Okay. If there's any questions from anybody. The game today has been canceled. There will be a game tomorrow, and when the team got together, and one of the first things talked about is the way Jose played and the way he was on the field. That is how these guys can honor Jose, and all of us can. I think somebody said that if Jose were here, he would be saying, we're going to get out there tomorrow and play and honor the game and honor the people who wish they could play the game but can't, and honor the oppressed people in Cuba who can't play this game but want to. And that is what we will do. We will play tomorrow. We made the Braves aware as soon as we were in touch with the commissioner and the Braves. And obviously, Braves and the commissioner sent their well wishes and anything they could do to us.
You talk about family. Talk about the importance of now.
This is when everyone needs everyone, and you don't. There's no way to describe. Some people want to hug. Some people want to tell stories. Some people want to cry. Some people want to laugh. You let people, there's stages of grieving, right? And you let people go through that, and you just offer support. And that goes for everyone here, everyone here, and it goes for everyone in Miami. We'll have announcements as they come about how people can honor the life of Jose, and because everyone will want to do it in his or her own way because of the impact he had on so many people.
Jose, I just when I think about Jose, it's going to be thinking of that little kid. I see such a little boy in him when with the way he played. There's just joy with him when he played. And when he pitched, and I think that's what the guys will say too, is as bad as he would make you with some of the stuff he would do. You just seen that little kid that you see when you watch kids play Little League or something like that. That's the joy that Jose played with, and the passion he felt about playing. That's what I think about.
It's what we said. Jose, the magnanimity of his personality transcended culture, religion, and race. I mean, it just did. His story is a story well told, and it will be told forever. And when you talk about someone whose personality could outshine his talent, normally it's the other way around. And in this case, his love of family and the game and being Jose. You know, that's a lot of the stories that are being told around Miami now, is stories of Jose being Jose, including he knew some of the officers on the scene this morning had known Jose. I mean, he was a man around town.
Martin, could you speak to the team on just the loss
This is difficult for me and for everybody. But when I came to the Marlins last year, I knew that everybody, the Marlins was like one of the main things about the Marlins was Jose, and just to be part and to see him just go up there every time he just went up there, was his day, and he didn't care who he faced. He didn't care who we were playing. And one of the guys told a story today that he told one of his teammates that the last game that he pitched against the National was his best game he ever pitched, and now it's gone. And it's hard. It is hard.
En español, esa misma pregunta. ¿Qué era haciendo Fernández para ustedes, para esa familia de los Marlins?
Fernando identifica. Cuando la gente piensa de los Marlins, cuando los equipos vienen a jugar contra los Marlins, lo primero que piensan es José, y de la manera que se identifica cuando pichaba, representaba todo lo que era la organización de los Marlins en la Florida, y es lamentable que alguien tan talentoso y tan lleno de vida ya no esté con nosotros, y esto va a ser una pérdida demasiado dolorosa para la organización, para todos los compañeros, todo es devastador, y lo vamos a extrañar muchísimo, y de verdad lo sentimos muchísimo, y le mandamos todas las condolencias a su familia, y espero que Diosito le ayude a entender el porqué de las cosas. That's a question hard to answer. Like, it's not a tomorrow, it's not a day after tomorrow, and we're not robots. We humans, and we feel, and he made an impact in every single person on this team in different ways, and I understand that the fact that we gotta play games and we're gonna be professional about it, but deep in our hearts, there's a lot of pain, and in some way we gotta overcome that. But right now, it's something that it's hard to explain.
Hi, everyone from NBC News. We've already started to hear from a lot of fans who are feeling very distraught, obviously, who love the team, who love Jose. Is there anything that you want to say to them that you think that would be good for them to hear?
Yes, I will say again that Jose had so many fans, not just here in Miami, but in Cuba and around the country. And he was a model for Cuban Americans and for all people who need to work harder than most to have freedom. And he represented freedom in a way that no one here can understand, certainly not me. When you're born into freedom, he always would tell me that. You were born into freedom, you don't understand freedom really, was his famous line that he said so many times to many of us. And for all those fans, what Jose would want, in my opinion, is for everybody who loved him is to just make sure you always remember him and remember what he stood for, and tell the story to your kids and to your grandkids about what it is to fight for freedom, about what it is to fight for what you believe in and to do what's right. No matter what the obstacles are, whether they are political or social or athletic, you just get through every obstacle, and that's what Jose did. And when you honor number 16, When you do anything in your life, you do it right and you do it hard. And that is the ultimate honor that you could pay to Jose Fernandez.
Michael, you saw him take a meteoric rise up in the big league. What did you see in the player that you drafted and just became?
It's been a tough day, obviously, for everyone, and everyone reflects on their history with Jose. And I think back to seeing that precocious young high school senior in the All-Star game, and then sitting at his kitchen table with Stan Meek as we, attempted to sign him, bringing him into pro player and introducing him as the newest Marlin, back in 2011. And I don't know if there's words to express, how I feel. It's a tremendous loss, and my heart goes out to his family.
With that, we're going to allow the players to go back to the bus.